Hey everybody, this is Jessica Lynn from JessicaLynnOriginal Studios, and today I decided it would be fun to take my creative side and my I love to travel side and combine the two, and I went ahead and took a tour recently that I cannot wait to share with you. This is so much fun. I love going to see old architecture and buildings. I think that they're absolutely gorgeous. And today I decided to go to a place here in Wisconsin. It's called the Basilica of Saint Josaphat. It's a nice little tour guide they give you when you go. What I love is that if you don't have a lot of money, it's totally fine. They just ask for a $5 donation per person. And then if you want to upgrade to $10, they actually have like a walking tour. And you can check with them when you go. And I'll put all the information down below so you can take a look at it. Basically, they give you like a little audio that you can listen to, and it will talk you through all of the beautiful architecture and the artifacts. It is beautiful. So I love old architecture. I think it's so much fun to go and see that. And this building was just beautiful. You walked in, and from the minute you got there, tons of stained glass, lots of big, beautiful domes. And the basilica itself had been owned and administered by the Franciscans since 1910. It was the home of a ton of different ministries, a parish, a school, a weekly food pantry, other outreach. And through the years, they have been able to maintain an active presence and a spiritual home for many local community members and well beyond. In 1991, because of decades of wear and tear and neglect, the building itself was actually in danger of shutting its doors forever. So a small group of local business leaders decided to respond with urgent determination. They rallied around an effort to restore it to the original glory and raised almost $18 million to go and preserve all of the original building, stained glass, etc. And the foundation itself, it built awareness around the basilica as an architectural landmark for the Center of Arts and Culture. It has a very rich history, and it is such a beautiful location to visit. We were there for, I would say, probably about an hour, hour and a half, and it was just so beautiful to see these stained glass windows. And this is the hallway as we're walking into the actual church area. And when you walk in, you can see there's those little headphones. Everywhere you see that, that is an actual location where you can listen to the audio tour. Again, just like I talked about, it's a small donation and the money goes to continue to take care of this location. And so when you first walk in, it just floored, just beautiful. And it was a beautiful, it wasn't super sunny, but it was sunny enough to bring in a lot of light. And every inch of this location is just covered in, decadence and beautiful, rich stained glass and elaborate trims and work. It was almost overwhelming. I have been to the Wisconsin Capitol, which has some very high domes, which are very similar. But when you consider that this is very close to downtown Milwaukee, and from the outside it just looks like a stone church, you walk in and this looks like the kind of churches you see in New York, and I can only imagine getting married here. It is so absolutely beautiful. What I would highly encourage is if you're interested in knowing about all these artifacts, go and take the tour, the little individual walking tour. It's going to talk to you all about the confessionals and the carving and architecture around each of those, which again is very ornate. There is the Saint Joseph altar, which is going to be ahead to the right. And that original altar, which is where we're going to right now, that one with all the purple candles over there to the right, that actually was survived from the original church that burned down. So that is original. I mean, it's just beautiful to see such detailed artifacts still in such great condition. On the walking tour, it's also going to talk to you about the sanctuary, which is up at the front of the church. And it's going to talk to you all about, all of the different paintings, because there's a lot of artwork as well as stained glass up in the actual sanctuary area. There's the Sacred Heart altar. And in there, there's a very large stained glass that you're going to see in a few moments. But just showing you a quick version of this doesn't even take you into all of the detail. The audio tour gives you a lot of description and understanding of how and where each piece came from. So again, I highly encourage that. And I will put the links down below so you can take a look at their website, as well as check out what hours they have available. Or perhaps you might even want to attend a service just to see, how that works there. Now, I know they do weddings. I actually talked to a friend of mine who said that her niece had gotten married in this beautiful church. So I do know they do weddings, but you'd have to contact them for more information. My true goal today was just to take you to such an amazing hidden treasure in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, that, if you go and see a Bucks game or you travel around, you may not even know that this exists. Thank you for watching that. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Like I said, I just think it's gorgeous. Sometimes I'm so overwhelmed by architecture and how beautiful some of these buildings are. I love some of the more minimalistic, classic, modern looks. But I think, unfortunately, everything is being built that way now. And so much history and ornate architecture is just going away. So it's really refreshing to see something so different and so beautiful. When it comes to church architecture, domes carry a lot of significance and meaning. For example, if there's a dome over a square base, so you can see down here there's a square base, it's symbolic. The circle represents perfection, eternity, and the vault of heaven. The square represents the earth. I can only imagine a Sunday service. My daughter walked through the hallways and she had on her boots and they were very loud. So I can only imagine how loud and beautiful it must sound during a full service. If the entire congregation is singing, it must just resonate through the entire building. It would probably be very beautiful to hear that. Not to mention the space you're in. Probably very overwhelming too. Now, I didn't add it on this recording, but down in the basement, they also have the undercroft, or the lower level, where they have a history exhibit, a social area, restrooms, and then the lower church, which is a smaller church. Still very beautiful, but lots of very ornate artifacts that you can go and take a look at as well. So different and so beautiful. Again, my name is Jessica Lynn. I'm the owner, artist, and curator here of this YouTube channel. So if you like what you see, I do ask that you please go ahead and subscribe. We just hit 2,500, which I am so excited about. I cannot believe it. And then don't forget, if you want to like this video, and I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever gone into a place where you were just overwhelmed and wowed by actually how beautiful it was? So take care, everybody, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.